Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now welcome back to Spectating Challenger. So this is a top 5 EUS Challenger player. Not sure if it's a pro. Again, a lot of people know that stuff more than me nowadays. You can let me know if it's a pro in the comments. But he's playing Yasuo. And I've always said, you know, Yasuo's that type of champion that I can see why people play him. I have a lot of fun playing him. But it's whether you're consistent enough to make it work is whether it's worth playing. So I wanted to do this episode for a couple reasons, because if I'm not mistaken, he's also against a Lucian mid. So we've spoken about AD carries in mid lane a few times, and like why I don't think they're a great idea in general, because in essence you're playing something, an AD carry mid, you have to try and win the early game against a normal mid laner, because the mid lane itself, of all the champions that are playing in mid, are actually, the vast majority of them are designed to kill AD carries. So it's kind of a ticking time bomb. As an AD carry mid, if you're playing a Lucian or a Tristana, can you get far enough ahead of the opponent mid lane that it doesn't, you know, that you can just snowball the game? So we're going to find out that today. We're going to see what happens. We'll also note, you know, just say a lot of you are vastly enjoying these replay episodes, and if you are, throw a like on the video. It does help out, lets me know. And they will be continuing because obviously, again, the Christmas period, I want to spend time with family, and these are good episodes to do to guarantee recordings. But of me recording this, it might actually, this video that I'm recording now might be tonight's second video, and if that is the case, Friday, this Friday will be my last final big stream of the year. So we're talking 12 hours minimum is the stream. And for those of you that love the live commentaries, I'm hoping during the 12 odd hours of streaming, we'll get a lot of live commentaries done so you can have 2 live commentaries a day. Unfortunately, for those people who are wondering, you know, obviously why have you had so many replay episodes? I am technically sick right now. I'm on very strong antibiotics. Unfortunately, it seems that I have gotten some type of infection illness, and the doctor said it's probably due to stress. So I am trying to just take it a bit easy at the moment. So apologies if you are somebody that just likes live commentaries. But the Yasuo itself, you'll notice one thing straight away of how passive, the Yasuo is playing. The reason why he's playing so passive is because why would he want to risk anything against the AD mid? Like we mentioned earlier, that's what they have to do. The AD carry mid lane has to win the early game. There's no if, buts, or maybes. If they don't get ahead, you know, they're an AD carry going PTA, which is by the way the same as what Tristana does in mid lane. Lucian is the same in essence. PTA is the early game aggressive. He's actually getting dove right now. He's going to try and make his way out. Really nice escape, actually. But you can see how desperate the enemy team are to try and get this Lucian ahead. Even going through a level 3 dive with Elise. So he's going PTA and he's going Ignite on an AD carry. That just tells you a story. Again, the cool thing with League of Legends a lot of the time, what item build they're doing, how they're playing aggressive, their positioning, it's telling you a story. Make sure when you're playing League, you're reading the story. You're reading your opponent about what they're doing. And this Yasuo knows a Yasuo outscales an AD carry. Meanwhile, a big fight's actually happening. 1 kill happens. The Jhin picks himself up a kill. There is a fight continuing. Let's see what Yasuo can do. Good positioning, actually. Ignites very early. If you're wondering why it gets himself a kill with the Jhin, why ignite that early, by the way? Meanwhile, fight's continuing. Yasuo and the Jhin continuing. Yasuo probably going to go just kill the Jhin, because I doubt the Tam's got enough damage. Or it's going to be slow damage. Will the Tam Kench kill? You can see the positioning. The Yasuo is standing in the way. Gets a double kill, gets himself double buff. So the Yasuo did that really well. So he prioritized the Lucian over the Tam because the Tam has low damage. But then when he killed the Lucian and went to go kill, go for the Tam, he positioned himself in between. Why? Well, it stops the Bon Licky Licky Q from the Tam Kench. So that was actually really clean by the Yasuo. But it was like a type of clean that a lot of people wouldn't have really noticed, but really well played. But yeah, so as I was saying earlier, you read your opponent. And the Yasuo knows, against a challenger player, you know, hell, even most people in silver and gold probably know a Yasuo can kill an AD carry in mid to late game. That's just how the champion works. That's why, by the way, wow, I'll say that in a second. But that's why he works in bot lane relatively well as well, Yasuo, because he kills AD carries fairly easily. So there, people say, how the hell didn't that stop his base? Shields do not count to stopping a base, and Yasuo passive is a shield, so Lucian procced his passive shield, therefore didn't actually do any damage to Yasuo. I actually think that's kind of bogus. I actually think that breaking a shield should stop someone's base, but that's just me. Meanwhile, Ahri gets a kill in top lane, and yes, it is Ahri top. Now, why is there an Ahri top lane? Meanwhile, Yasuo now finally going a bit aggressive, backs out of it while he misses his Q. Meanwhile, Karthus also dies, double kill for the Ahri, that's not good. Yasuo now going a little bit all in. Nice combo, good damage with the double buff, with the red buff. Conqueror is procced, Lucian taking a buttload of damage and just gets killed straight away. Lucian still at Ignite up, uses it, but there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Lucian is already now struggling versus the Yasuo and potentially killed himself now and will. So technically, that is worth for the enemy team because they get a shutdown and they get two, gold incomes. They get the kill for Elise and they got an assist for the Lucian, where Yasuo just got a solo kill. And obviously a solo kill is still really good. It kind of tells you a story of where potential the lane might be heading. But why is there an Ahri top lane? It very easily could be either an Ahri main or somebody that is unhappy with having an AD carry mid. You know, I'm going to be honest with people, I'm not happy if I have an AD carry mid because you're missing, we've said before, you're missing a massive chunk of what your team needs. In a balanced team comp, I want an AP carry mage, otherwise the enemy team is just going to build mainly armor and then we're going to just get outscaled anyway. So they could be like, I'm going Ahri top. Obviously, I would probably say there are better mages to go top lane than Ahri. Ryze, Swain, for example. Vladimir, even. But, you know, she's playing Ahri. She's also got, she got a solo kill earlier. She got a kill on top of the Karthus as well, the jungler. So she's not doing bad. Farm-wise, she's struggling a bit, but not bad. So you'll still notice, by the way, even though the Yasuo is 3-1, look at the farm difference. So, again, it's something that I really want to make the point clear. We've done it a few episodes in a row now, here or there, mentioning of what is the perfect CS score by 10 minutes. That answer never exists because it depends what you need to do in the game. And all this Yasuo needs to do is not feed the Lucian. That's it. The end. So he's not going to go for a bad... that cannon minion right now is probably juicy for the Yasuo. I want that cannon minion. He'll try and probably get it, but if it puts him at a great risk for dying, he's not interested. He's just not going to go for it. He does get it in the end and actually goes in while the enemy team is here. Really nice win wall, actually, doing a buttload of damage. Holy moly. Lovely tornado. So clean mechanics. Karthus now, by the way, has ultimate, but has no mana. Yasuo going to chase the Elise. Remember, lovely double kill. Elise does get bonus movement speed in spider form, but Yasuo obviously rushed tier 2 boots. Now, why did Yasuo rush tier 2 boots, by the way? Because he's a melee champion against a ranged AD carry with mobility. Lucian's got his E. So in order to do any damage, Yasuo has to really be on top of the Lucian. He needs movement speed. Like there's no way around it. He needs to be able to be on top of him. And the only way of doing that, a lot of the time is have the movement speed to match the Lucian at least. But so far, we've seen some very nice clean play. And the word is, again, whenever I'm doing these commentaries, by the way, obviously, I've got to think about what am I titling this video. So far, this video title is, amazingly smart Yasuo. He's playing ridiculously smart. Mechanically, yeah, he's playing good, but you'd expect that from a top 5 challenger player. He's playing smart. So many people in solo queue do not play smart, even in the higher ranks. When I was in Master, you saw a lot of dumb play, people on autopilot, people not thinking. He's actually thinking about what he's doing and why, in the fact that he's not risking things in the early game. We've all had that Yasuo, and for some reason, I think it does affect Yasuo's quite badly, that they just keep going in. They keep going in and keep going in and keep going in. And it's like, dude, you've died like 7 times. Stop going in. Meanwhile, Lucian goes through Rome, gets himself killed. So obviously now the Lucian might be in a bit of panic mode. Oh god, the lane's not going well for me. I had to win this early. Maybe I now should try and roam to get myself some strength. And even now, that's not working. So it's very much, this game is already showing the big negative of AD carries in mid lane. It's just, it's a scaling thing. Now, enemy team... really nice by Elise actually to nearly get that kill. Tamkench gets it in the end. Karthus Assault comes down. Yasuo not going for it at all. Norla's tanking a bit, but he is staying. And you can see on the minimap that Lucian is heading straight here, which isn't surprising. Yasuo taking a little while to get there, but will probably pick up himself up a double kill in the end. Does a bit of dodging, bit of fancy feet, actually missing a couple things here or there. And I will say, Yasuo there might have, I don't know, he could have probably played that a bit better to maybe try and save his team. He had ultimate up, and he just never used it when under the tower. So possibly that could have been a bit cleaner, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. Red team is kind of stomping ahead right now. And yeah, really nice Yasuo play so far in general. Farm-wise, you're going to probably start as a prediction. Again, I haven't watched this game yet. Meanwhile, Ahri gets another solo kill. You're probably going to start to see this Yasuo's farm go up very fast, comparing to the Lucian. What I mean by that is when they both are in mid lane, we're kind of getting into like, you know, late early game into mid game here. Well, that's when you're really going to start to see the power shift from the, you know, lane bullying Lucian to actually just Yasuo can just straight up kill a Lucian whenever he wants. So you're going to probably start to see the Lucian actually go a bit more passive. Again, this is a prediction. You're probably going to start Lucian going more passive and Yasuo being more aggressive. And it might, maybe not even more aggressive on the Lucian, but just having more of a presence in lane to make the Lucian back off. And making the Lucian feel uncomfortable and not be able to farm all the time. Also, just noticed, my apologies, everybody. I did have the vision on everybody. Let me know, actually, in the comments, what would you prefer? Because naturally, I like to have the vision of what only the Yasuo that we're watching sees. Like, is he standing on a ward right now? Well, we don't know unless he knows. Let me know if you just prefer the POV vision, or do you want all the vision? You know, let me know, because at the moment, I'm not really sure. I've never really asked you guys about it before. I just naturally always had it as the vision of the person we're watching. Furthermore, rushing a PD, by the way, I'm going to predict you again. There's 2 rush items, I guess, for Yasuo: PD or Static Shiv. I do know Static Shiv is a bit more of a top lane thing. Anyway, mid lane, there's a potential big play on. Really nice W by Jhin there. Yasuo now coming down, roaming, obviously, gets himself a kill, is taking some tower damage, does back off. So again, the roaming difference is coming. Wind Wall completely counters Lucian, unfortunately for him. Dive potentially on, maybe? Oh, really close W by the Jhin, just slightly mistimed, unfortunately. And Yasuo, again, this kill could be on. There's a 2-level gap right now, misses the Q. Nice cocoon. Enemy team going to go for it. Lucian all in. Like, if that... Nice gangplank ultimate. If that doesn't show, like, oh my god, like, this guy is really, really, really trying and get back his lead or trying anything to get ahead, there you go. Like, legit, he flash ignites on top of a Yasuo. Meanwhile, Ahri, who's obviously doing quite well this game, doing a kill, or teleporting in, I presume. Yep. And boom, the Yasuo dies. Overstay. Karthus probably is going to die here, I'd imagine. He might take one with him, possibly. Ooh, so close. Would he get one? No, he won't. But with Karthus ult, maybe. Not. There we go. But remember, in all this time, Ahri roaming, Gangplank has now got free farm. But the Ahri on the enemy team is 5-1-2. The problem with it, she went the Glacial build. Obviously, that's not bad. The problem with Glacial build, and why, if you've noticed, obviously I play a bit of Ahri, why have you stopped doing Glacial build on pretty much everything hers? It's bad for carrying games. Because your damage isn't as high as what it could be as Ahri. Like, your damage as Ahri is way higher going the Electrocute build and going the full AP build, Ludens, Death Cap, and all that. So GLP is good if your team is also doing good, because it gives your team utility and you still have some damage. But if you feel that you need to be the carry of the game, yeah, just don't go the freezy freeze. Just go pure damage. It's the same kind of with Zoe. Zoe, obviously, the standard Zoe build is Electrocute, but if you're a really good Zoe and you feel that you can get Dark Harvest stacks, meanwhile, really nice dodge somehow. Look at the damage that Yasuo can deal, man. He knew the Ahri was dead, so just completely left her alone. Jhin does take the kill. Gets himself like a 2v1 double kill, in essence. With the Nautilus ultimate, does pick himself up another kill. That is so much damage. And obviously, why does that look like it's so much damage? Well, in essence, that was obviously the enemy mid laner and the enemy top laner. But in this game, because the enemy comp is a bit weird, that was an AD carry and an AP mage. So yes, Yasuo as a champion can rip through those two. Because right now, again, it's something that I've learned. Because, you know, I do play Yasuo occasionally. You finish your first crit item on Yasuo, and obviously the next thing you want is your next crit item, which is usually Infinity Edge. But your component that you should always buy first as your second item is the crit cape. Is this. Because remember, obviously, Yasuo scales incredibly well with crit. And he does, after two crit items, has 100% crit. Because right now, this Yasuo actually has 100% crit right now. Without even having a completed second item, he gets it by getting PD, which gives him 25% crit. Then the cloak gives him 25% crit. And then Yasuo's passive, really nice either. Yasuo's passive is he doubles crit. So that's why you really want to emphasize getting all that crit stuff. So he will go down, does a bit of overstay. Again, really nice clean E. From memory, again, I've never really done it because it does, I believe, require a different keybind in order to do that E, by the way. Just as a PSA. Meanwhile, Elise going very hyper-aggressive, which is a bit weird. Carter survives. Jin on the Ahri. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it requires an extra keybind that is not set by default. And that keybind is like ignore enemy champions or something like that. I'm not incredibly sure of the interaction. I've never really looked into it that much because none of my champions need it. It's mainly a Yasuo thing. I know a couple other champions here or there use it as well, but yeah, like it's an extra keybind, and that's how you can E through like big walls that, you know, normally wouldn't really work. So it's kind of cool. Meanwhile, Jin doing surviving, and we did just see on the minimap there, center ultimate did happen. Nautilus very close to surviving, does go down the end. Yes, whoa! Just in range with his ultimate. Look at the damage that he's dealing throughout. E-ing everywhere, Qing everywhere with the Karthus ultimate. Picks himself up a double kill. Now 12-3-3. Yasuo picks himself the Infinity Edge, which remember, he now has 100% crit. So he's critting every single auto attack, every single, you know, thing that he's doing is a crit. He needs a good wind wall here to block the cocoon. Doesn't do it yet. Does E through. Any damage. He's surviving. He's surviving. Here we go with the tornado. Doesn't actually knock her up. Does survive, though. There we go. Wow, that was nice. But he has 100% crit right now. And obviously, his damage with crits is also higher because of Infinity Edge. So 2-item power spike for Yasuo is always prevalent. You know, the weird thing is, like, do I think Yasuo is a strong champion? Some people may be asking. Yes, I 100% think he's a strong champion. But why don't I recommend him? Meanwhile, like, this is why I don't recommend him. You're watching a really good Yasuo basically die for free because for some reason this champion makes people do dumb things. Now, the Yasuo in general has played really smart this game. He didn't risk the early game. He's against an AD carry kind of cheese pick. He played that all really well. But even one of the best Yasuos probably in the world for solo queue still does that. Every Yasuo does it. You know, in Challenger, Master, Diamond, Silver, Bronze, every Yasuo does it. They can be really fed, but they'll just randomly walk into the enemy team by accident. Or, you know, oh, I thought I could have killed them and I died. For some reason, they do it all the time. That's why I don't recommend Yasuo, is because at the point that, like, I legit think it has to do something with the champion more than anything else, because it's every Yasuo. Again, you're watching one of the best right now, and he still does it. So that's why I don't recommend Yasuo. It's just they can get really fed. It's a really strong champion, damage and everything, but they always find a way to die at the wrong time. Like, imagine if that Yasuo did that when Baron, if the game was a bit more even, and Baron was on the table, and Yasuo just died for free. Like, that's the point. So if you are playing Yasuo, don't do that. Like, that's the biggest advice I have. Be smart with your play, but continue being smart with your play. Don't just randomly walk into people. And that's why, like, my Yasuo isn't terrible, because I don't do that generally on him. But I will say the other thing with Yasuo is, as a champion design, meanwhile Gangplank dies, he's actually very easy to have a really good game on him or a really bad game on him. He's got that type of design. A bunch of champions in League have that type of design that if you're going to have a good game, you'll get really fed. If you're going to have a bad game, you're probably going to feed like crazy. Yasuo is one of them. Draven is another. Riven, Aatrox now. There's a bunch of them that are like that. And it's because, like, when your whole champion is practically about dealing damage, if you are behind, then you're not dealing any damage. Therefore, you're going to have a pretty bad time. Meanwhile, does make his way through. Going to take a bit of damage from the Elise, who weirdly is actually pretty strong right now. Center ultimate, wow, just straight up murders the Yasuo with the Dark Harvest stack. They will probably kill, they do kill the Elise in the end. They do also get the dragon, reminding everybody, unfortunately, the replay files. I have, I think, poked Riot. Have I done that, or was I going to? I can't remember. But I am poking Riot. Maybe I'll do that after this video to update the replay stuff in League and, like, have something with dragon showing on the replay file. Like, under here should tell us what dragons are being done and what soul is being, you know, all that. Obviously, we know mountain soul is the soul of this game, but we don't know exactly how many dragons there are unless we're literally keeping track ourselves. So I will poke Riot again about that, or if I haven't, which I don't think I actually have, then I will poke them like I was supposed to. Anyway, Yasuo does die again. So you can see the deaths are a little bit adding up on the Yasuo now. He's died 5 times, and a lot of those, you know, the last 3 have been in a pretty short amount of time. It's just, again, it's the combination of I'm strong right now, which he is, but then it's the overconfidence. And even though Yasuo is a strong champion, there is one thing that he usually always is. He's pretty squishy. He's usually pretty squishy. That is why some Yasuos like put in like a Sterix or something in their build as their third item. Or a GA or something like that, just to give them a bit more survivability, because, yeah, a part of the problem with Yasuo, like the champions we mentioned earlier, Draven, Riven, Aatrox, etc., because they have to do damage, they can just find themselves getting killed a lot. Again, very hyper-aggressive play. You can see half health instantly, just boom. There's a dead Elise. That potentially could open up Baron for the red team, by the way. Meanwhile, Tam's also getting caught. Yasuo in the flank gets himself a double kill, 15-5-5. But in essence of the champion as well, especially the likes of the melee champions in the ones that I've mentioned, so they have to do damage to be useful, but they're also melee, so they also have to go in to do anything. So that's why, nice combo there, just straight up murders her. Nautilus actually gets the kill, and Baron's being done. But that's why you can end up feeding really badly on Yasuo, Aatrox, etc., is because you have to do damage, and because you're melee, you have to go in. If you're like, oh, I'm gonna be ranged this game as Yasuo, well, that doesn't work. You have to be in melee. You have to go in the fight. And if you're weak, or if you get caught, or you get CC'd, well, guess what? You're dead. That's obviously the inherent problem. But I'm completely fine with these champions, by the way, because they're a risk. They're high risk, high reward. You know, Yasuo, he's high risk. He can die really quick. But in the same essence, you've seen this game, he can just kill everything. Like, his damage is ridiculously high. Especially against, obviously, squishy champions. Does go, you know, going to go for the Tam. Doesn't blow his ultimate on him because he doesn't have ultimate. That's why. They will maybe try to pick up the kill. Doesn't in the end. Karthus might ultimate to try and finish off the Tam Kench, maybe. They are going to try to go for the first inhibitor. The Jhin actually goes for the Lucian, ends up dying. Nautilus goes for a nice Q. Yasuo again. There you go. Perfect example. He goes in, just gets straight away killed, even though he's really fed this game. Enemy team, you know, they're dealing a decent amount of damage here, but there is a bit of split going on the red team. You know, they're not really together. The engages are a little bit mixed. Some people are going in, some people are staying back. So I think we need a little bit more togetherness from red team, but they're probably going to win the game anyway because they're just so far ahead. They get the first inhibitor. Most likely what we'll see is them now go bot lane, because then you have super minions flooding in top. Then you go bot lane to then go for that, and then you're kind of dividing the enemy team. Most likely is that what we're going to see. Maybe they'll keep Gangplank top, possibly. But yeah, so he actually goes for, by the way, a Death Dance third item. Now, obviously, it's a good item for Yasuo, but I'm not actually convinced it's the best item this game for him. Why? Well, most of his deaths that we've seen are because he's getting chain CC'd and gets killed before he can then deal more damage. Well, Death Stance is both an offense and defensive item. It's offensive because it gives offensive stats, but it's defensive because of how much healing it's giving you. Like, you're dealing damage, so you're healing, therefore surviving longer. The problem is, when Yasuo is dying, he's not actually dealing damage while he's getting killed because he's currently CC'd. So I actually don't think Death Stance is the best item for him this game. I think a Sterix or something like that would have been much better to actually just give him more raw survival, more health, more armor, more magic resist, whatever. Give him actually more raw stats rather than more healing. The other way that you could say, possibly, maybe he's just going to go split push. Death Stance is not a bad 1v1 item, and maybe that's the way that he's kind of thinking. Right, I'm going to just not get involved in team fights anymore, which would be a bit weird for Yasuo, because, again, naturally a very good team fighter. Enemy team actually getting a nice pick, or couple picks, in the mid lane. Gangplank goes down. Jhin goes down. Nautilus goes down, and no one on the enemy team is dead. They might look for a couple picks here, but again, sloppy play is actually happening. Game is definitely not over yet. You can see super minions are heading into the enemy base though, so what can these two do? Again, very strong, the pair of them. Cocoon coming through. Yasuo does a nice ultimate there. Don't actually know how he got the vision of Elise, if I'm honest. With the Karthus ultimate, what can he do? So, he's going to do a bunch of damage. Going to go on the Senna. Uses E. No, didn't use his E already. Oh, misses a Q. That's pretty clutch. Does do a nice QSS though. Survives. Does get the kill on the enemy AD carry technically. Gonna go for a bit of healing. Elise takes the dragon. Now he's overstaying a little bit. But remember, like we said earlier, he does have that extra healing. Gangplank is now in the area. And watch how quickly he can probably get his health back. It's going to be pretty damn quick. So Gangplank now trying to kill the Tam. Pretty good pick actually if he gets it. And he will. So that's nice. Solo kill. And yeah, really nearly full health already by just, you know, a wave of minions here or there. Ahri ulting early. Yasuo going to just commit to the fight in front of what's in front of him. Going to do a bit of damage, but you can see how squishy he is. Gangplank, obviously now in late game Gangplank mode, will pick up a kill. Lucian dies straight away. Ahri now split focus against 2 people, and boom. So yeah, the Gangplank now himself is showing up in late game, which does, kind of loop back to the point we said earlier, is, the Ahri's had a pretty good game, but she's falling off, kinda. Why? Well, it's what we've said before. It's an imbalanced team comp. So Gangplank is a bruiser, basically, and he scales really well into mid-late game. The enemy team now doesn't have that. They don't have the standard top laner that scales like a Gangplank, and Gangplank can kill an Ahri in late game. So this is why balanced team comps do matter quite a lot, by the way, everybody. Yasuo picks up 1 more kill, Yasuo picks up 2 more kills, and will then probably end the game 19-6-7, unless he gets 1 cheeky kill at the end, which I doubt. And there's the game. So really nice play by Yasuo. Again, this game, not just watching the showing the good Yasuo, which he obviously was. It was also a good video to show why team comps matter. The AD carry thing it didn't work. Ahri top lane didn't work. He got outscaled by the Gangplank in the end, and obviously Lucian just didn't work in general. So balanced team comps matter, and it's more of like a PSA to, I think most of you know balanced team comps matter, but let's say you're a player that will play something like Lucian mid. This is just an eye-opener, hopefully, just to show you what you are doing if you go up against a smart player. It's the same kind of thing in top lane, that when we've spoken about early game champions, like, oh, when Renekton's taking Ignite and PTA, or anything, when something's really hyper-aggressive in the early game, when Pantheon got his rework. They're never the best thing, really, in high rating, sometimes, because the higher rating you go, people play smart, and if you're playing something that oh, I'm against a Renekton with Ignite, I'm playing Jax, I don't need to risk anything in the early game, because I know I outscale him. It's the same premise when someone's playing an AD carry mid. If you're playing a standard mid laner, an AP mage, Yasuo, Zed, Talon, whatever it may be, you're designed to kill the AD carry, so you don't need to risk the early game. But yeah, that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, throw a like on it. Remember, we'll try and do my best in the next few days, so you have some live gameplay videos for the second video of the day, but please do bear with me, obviously, especially now that I'm technically sick, and I'm on 4 tablets a day of very strong antibiotics, which apparently might make me very drowsy, I've heard. And I'm beginning the course. I've literally got it right here. I'm beginning the course in about an hour. But yeah, that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, throw a like on it. Let me know what you thought about the game. And I'll see you guys next time. And hopefully you're having a wonderful time of year so far. And yeah, check out the stream tomorrow, by the way. The stream will be starting around midday UK time, about 12 midday. And we'll be doing a bunch of stuff. We'll be doing solo queue and Rush to Diamond. We'll be doing fan games, viewer games, leveling up the EU Northeast account, TFT, maybe even another game, like just to chill a bit. And, please come check it out if you do like what I do. Throwing a Twitch sub then would be amazing to help me make my year goal. We're going to try and break the year subscriber goal tomorrow. But yeah, that's going to be it. If you guys enjoy, throw a like on it, throw a subscribe. See you guys next time. See ya.